Nero, a rock star who killed Seneca. Nero, like Caligula, was a prominent subject of character assassination. And all of this slandering is mostly done by the same people, Suetonius and Cassius Dio. There's also Tacitus, but the authenticity of his works is very debatable, so be careful. Tacitus also mentions weird stories of persecution of Christians under Nero. It is like you're suddenly reading Eusebius and his church history, and the reliability of Eusebius is less than zero. It is just direct disinformation and made-up stories. So, Nero was a popular emperor. People liked him. And it seems he was into political PR aimed at the masses. He was a rock star. He played the guitar, or cithara to be precise. He sang songs, he performed as an actor in theater, and he participated in sports events as a chariot driver. The senatorial class obviously hated all of these indecent activities. The first 5 years of Nero's reign were wonderful. The emperor was 16 in the year 54, when he formally inherited power. Naturally, he was more or less a figurehead, and the state was run by his administration. Well, and his mother, Agrippina. The main figures of Nero's administration were Ephraenius Burrus, the prefect of the Praetorian Guard, who was some kind of minister of defense in modern terms, and Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, Nero's mentor, and essentially a prime minister in modern terms again. Then, 5 years into his reign, Nero killed his mother and became more autonomous. The stories surrounding the murder of Agrippina are weird, and it is extremely hard to say what really happened. Probably it was not as bad and outrageous as it may seem. Anyway, the influence of Burrus and Seneca became less prominent, and in the year 62, Burrus died, and it probably significantly changed the balance of Nero's government. Seneca tried to retire. In the year 64, we have a catastrophe of the Great Fire of Rome, when a large part of the city was destroyed. Nero had to start a rebuilding program. And yes, he was blamed for the fire by the historians, like he was some kind of pyromaniac who decided to burn the city to the ground for no reason at all. About a year later, the dissatisfied members of the Senate were involved in a conspiracy against Nero. It is known as a Pysonian Conspiracy because of Gaius Calpurnius Piso, its alleged spearhead. The conspiracy failed, which led to significant persecutions of the people of senatorial rank, possibly regardless of their direct involvement. Seneca was sentenced to death and was forced to kill himself. A bit later, the same thing happened to another prominent Stoic politician, Publius Clodius Thrasea. Nero was essentially an open enemy of the Senate at this point, and a couple of years later, things degraded into an open revolt. First, the legions in Gaul rebelled, but their commander, Vindex, never actually declared himself the emperor. He supported Galba, the governor of Hispania. The rebellion in Gaul was defeated by the loyalist German legions, who immediately tried to declare their leader the new emperor. He refused. Galba was still out there, and he continued his march on Rome. The Senate officially recognized him as the emperor. Nero lost all of his power and killed himself.